Schmidt, and I'm back again with another trading video. So today I'm on the Pocket Option platform, and I'm going to be trading stock OTCs utilizing two indicators. The two indicators are the Parabolic SAR here, which you see the dots, and the ADX indicator, which you see these two lines here. So I'm going to be trading stock OTCs, being that it's the weekend. Only OTCs are available on the weekends, OTC assets on the Pocket Option platform. So if we click on our assets icon here, Pocket Option has various assets available to trade. They have currencies, cryptocurrencies, commodities, stocks, and indices. I'm going to be focusing on the OTC assets here. So I've already checked them off so that way they can appear at the top of the chart here and I can quickly go through and analyze each of these OTC assets. Okay, so for my indicators, like I mentioned, the two indicators I'm going to be using are the Parabolic SAR and the ADX indicators, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till the end of this trading session and give you all the settings of both of these indicators here. For my candlestick chart, I'm going to be using 1 minute. These are 1 minute Japanese candles here. And for my trade time, I'm going to be taking 2 minute trades. So taking fast 2 minute turbo trades while looking at these 1 minute Japanese candles. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video and wait for a trade setup. Okay, so I'm on Visa OTC and I just took a short. And the reason I took the short, first of all, we're seeing a bearish price action happening in the price currently. Then we see the parabolic SAR dots begin to print above the candles here, indicating a bearish momentum. And then thirdly, if you see here, the ADX line, the minus ADX line is diverging from the green plus DI line, the minus red DI line and the plus uh, green DI line are diverging. So all of these confluences suggest a continued bearish momentum to the downside over the next 2 minutes. So let's monitor this trade and wait for the expiration at the end of the 2 minutes. If you notice here, I took the trade when there was an increase in the divergence. You're looking for uh, increase in divergence here of the ADX lines here. You see how this line separated? There's a greater separation here. That's when I took the trade. So, okay, so that trade was in the money, right? All right, so I'm going to pause the video and look for our next trade setup. Okay, so I'm on Amazon OTC and I just took a short or a sell trade here at this level. And the reason why I took the short, like I mentioned previously, you see the divergence of the ADX lines here. We're seeing a growing divergence. This is our first indicator here. And then secondly, the parabolic SAR dots are printing above the candles here. So these two confluences, along with the, if you notice this price action here, we have a bearish price action happening. So all three of these confluences suggest a continued bearish momentum to the downside over the next 2 minutes. So let's monitor this trade and wait for the expiration at the end of the 2 minutes. All right. When there's a divergence like this, it tells you that the sellers are more in control here. There is an increase in the growing number of sellers here. When you notice this divergence, I trade divergence different from what you may see in other videos. So I'm looking for that increased divergence uh, and an increasing number of sellers coming into the market. And so that's why I took the short here at this level. Okay, so we got another winner in the money. All right, so I'm going to pause the video and look for the next trade setup. Okay, so I'm on Netflix OTC and I just took a short or a sell trade here at this level. And the reason I took the short is if you notice here, we're seeing a growing divergence here of the minus DI line, the red minus DI line, and the plus green DI line on the ADX indicator. Then secondly, we're seeing the parabolic SAR dots begin to print above the candles here, suggesting a bearish reversal at this level. And then we're seeing, a bearish price action here. So all of these confluences suggest a continued bearish momentum to the downside in the price of Netflix over the next 2 minutes. So let's keep an eye on this trade and wait for the expiration at the end of 2 minutes. Price is pushing downward. And okay, so that trade was also in the money. All right, so I'm going to pause the video and look for another setup. Okay, so I'm on Coinbase Global OTC and I just took a short at this level. And the reason why I took the short is I saw this growing divergence of the ADX lines here, the minus DI line and the plus green DI line here. In addition to that, we're seeing the parabolic SAR dots printing above the candles here. So, and then thirdly, there's a general bearish there's a bearish trend occurring here, which broke below this level of support here. So all of these confluences suggest a continued bearish push to the downside over the next 2 minutes. So let's monitor this trade and wait for the expiry. Like I said, once I spot that divergence here. You see how the red line here pushes above here in this direction, and it pushes against this ADX line, the green ADX line. So that's the trigger for me to go ahead and take the trade. So let's wait for the expiration at the end of the 2 minutes. Okay, so that trade was in the money. All right, so I'm going to end this session here. I'm going to go ahead now and show you the settings for my indicators here. So for the parabolic SAR, I set the acceleration to 0.025, maximum acceleration to 0.25, and in the style settings here, I just increased the line width to 2 pixels green. And for the ADX indicator, the ADX smoothing is set. I set it to 14, and the DI length set it to 7. And in the style settings, I disabled the ADX line. I don't use the ADX line to trade with the ADX indicator. And in the plus DI line, I increased the line with the 3 pixels as well as the minus DI line, 3 pixels. And like I mentioned, the candlesticks are set to 1 minute while the trade expiries are set to 2 minutes. Okay, so if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share the video with your friends and your colleagues. I've also been risking uh, about less than, maybe 2 or 3% of my capital. It's part of good money management. You don't want to risk high percentages of your capital because the whole idea is to increase your balance slowly but surely. Risking high percentages of your capital can lead to huge losses as well. There's a link to the trading platform in the video comments or in the video description or the channel bio. Once again, thank you for watching ADX Parabolic SAR Trading Strategy, Gus Schmidt, and I'll see you in the next video.